Imagine you wake up one morning and find a mole, a cute little thing, tiny claws, kinda blind. No big deal, right? Now imagine you wake up and find a mole of moles. Not one mole, not 1,000, not even 1,000,000,000. I'm talking about 6.02 to 6,000,000,000,000 moles. That's a 6 followed by 21 zeros. Yeah, things are about to get very, very bad in chemistry. A mole is just a counting unit, kind of like a dozen. But instead of 12, a mole equals 6.02. 2 times 10. We usually use it to count things that are ridiculously tiny, like atoms or molecules. But today, we're counting actual furry-digging moles, the kind that live underground, eat bugs, and occasionally terrorize your garden. Each one weighs about 80 grams, around 0.18 pounds, and there are a lot of them. So what happens if that many moles suddenly appeared on Earth? Well, let's start with the weight. If each mole weighs 80 grams, multiplying that by a mole of moles gives us, drumroll please, 4.8 times 10 kilograms. That's roughly 80 times the mass of the entire Earth. Yes, 80 Earths worth of moles. The instant they appear, gravity itself would freak out. The moles would start pulling toward each other, collapsing into a giant sphere of fur, crushing anything unlucky enough to be nearby. Honestly, Earth would probably just get torn apart in the process. But let's say, for the sake of imagination, that they don't destroy the planet. Maybe you magically teleport them into space and try to pile them up neatly, like some kind of cosmic hamster ball. How big would that be? A single mole is about 15 centimeters long. If you packed them really tightly, that many moles would form a sphere half the size of the moon. From space, you'd literally see a giant floating ball of screaming, confused moles orbiting Earth. This would not be cute. This would not be a Pixar movie. This would be planetary-scale nightmare fuel. Imagine trillions of tiny claws, all scratching and digging, but nowhere to go. The noise alone would be deafening, and the smell. Let's just say you wouldn't want to be anywhere nearby. And that's before we even talk about oxygen. Moles breathe just like we do. One mole of moles would need more oxygen than Earth's entire atmosphere could provide, and they'd use it up in seconds. That means almost every single mole would suffocate almost instantly, creating a planet-sized ball of dead moles. But nature isn't done being horrifying yet. When that many animals die at once, you get decomposition. Trillions of tons of decaying organic matter would release methane and other gases so fast, it would basically create a toxic space cloud. It would smell like every bad day at a landfill, multiplied by 1,000,000, and if even a fraction of it stayed near Earth, we'd have a global biological disaster on our hands. So yeah, having a mole of moles isn't just a weird math problem. It's a cosmic-scale catastrophe. Earth would either be crushed, suffocated, poisoned, or all three at once. The good news, this scenario is physically impossible to happen by accident. The bad news, somewhere out there in the universe, there might already be a planet-sized ball of angry, confused space moles. Sweet dreams! If you enjoyed this little journey into chaos, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment with your own what-if question, and subscribe so you don't miss the next mind-bending scenario. Because trust me, it only gets weirder from here.